Hello, I'm Nicola Bishop of Shabba Health and Fitness and in association with Arthritis Support Leicestershire. We're producing this video to just demonstrate how healthy anti-inflammatory foods are part of a Mediterranean diet. So I'm going to actually prepare some stuffed peppers for you today. They can be either as a lunch or a bit of supper. You can have them then possibly with a piece of fish for your protein intake. It could be an oily fish like salmon or tuna. I've chosen sea bass today. However, I'll be cooking that separately. If you're vegetarian, you could go for or vegan, the tofu alternative. Okay. So what I'll do first, as you can see with all these ingredients, they need preparation. It won't take very long, but if I splice up my peppers and have them doing in the oven whilst I'm preparing the stuffing. Okay? All right, so I'm going to just choose a couple of these peppers. Now, because we've got tomatoes in the stuffing, I think I'll do away with the red one. So it's always good to have rainbow food, lots of different colours, all the different nutrients and vitamins and minerals. So for a bit of contrast then, I might go for a nice green and the orange. So go away yellow. So I'm going to cut those in half now. Now it always looks attractive if you can go down the stem, so you need a nice sharp knife, just be careful. I've got some of it there. And then I just take out the middle. There we go. In like a little heart shape there. Hold on to the stalk. And then we can dispose of that. And the same with the other. Just get rid of the pithy bit. There we go. Lovely. And I'll do the same with the green one as well. Whoops. Here we go. Slippy little character. Okay, a nice little heart shape because we love peppers, right? There you go. It's got a little baby one growing in there. Oh. Just get rid of the pithy bits. Doesn't matter if there's stray seeds or anything. There we go. Just the pithy bit can get a little bit bitter sometimes, a bit chewy, so. And you've got more space for your filling then, haven't you? Lovely. So I'm just going to pop those. In we go. So just some medium-sized peppers there. Now, if you're watching your fat intake, you can use the rapeseed spray, which is really good for roasting. I'd say olive spray or rapeseed. So they're only 1 calorie a spray. So there we go. A lot healthier. Or you could always use your tablespoon of olive oil if you want it a little bit more moist. Okay, so we're going to pop those in the oven. Easy as that. Okay, so we're going to set the oven between 6 and 7. Just pop it in the middle to the top part of the shelf, and they'll be done in about 10 minutes. So if you're using the mushrooms, always just give them a good wipe. I mean, it is sterilised soil, so it's not going to hurt you. But if you actually clean them in water, they act like sponges, and you'll end up with very soggy, wishy-washy couscous mix. There we go. I'm actually quite an instinctive cook. I don't measure things out very well, but I've got my scales out specially for you. So once I've chopped them up and visualised, I'll weigh it and then I'll tell you how much I'm actually using. There you go, just a quick wipe, keeping the skin, all that fibre, good for vitamin D. Lovely. And I've already wiped and rinsed the tomatoes. We'll be preparing the garlic and some onion as well. So when it comes to preparing the garlic, it's always handy to have those gadgets so I can do it without taking the skin off or anything using one of these. And for my onions, so I don't cry and so I don't have my nuts all flying around the kitchen, I've got a little mini chop as well. So I'm going to get on and do those now. Okay. probably be enough. Once it's chopped up fine, I'll put that in the mini chop. And similarly with the tomatoes. Depends how much you like of each ingredient, really. So just chopping those up. So they're about 5 mil wide. Lovely. They're great for hydration, tomatoes, as they're at 80-90% water. And it's been proven they actually have compounds in them that help reduce the risks of cancers up to about 40%. So always a good one to include. So I'm going to sort those out with my mini chop, and these we'll splice afterwards. Okay, so really easy to use. Don't overfill them though, as they just don't chop very well. And you keep your eye on them because you don't want them to be too small. Whoops, there we go. So easy to use. Just pulse it and you still end up with the nice little cubes in there as well. I would say that's enough actually. So you can always use whatever's left in a stir fry or a salad. So let me just see how much that weighs then. Just for those of you that need. There we go. So it's about 20 grams and I used about 3 or 4 medium-sized mushrooms. We're going to do the same with the tomatoes. Again, it doesn't matter if it's all this. Oops, let's put the blade back in. There we go. Lovely and colourful there. And pop that on. Lock it in. Oops. Get that blade in there. And up we pop. Good noise, right? It's such fun. Oh, there we go. Oh, my hands are all slippy now. There we are. Watch the blade, very sharp. I put all my sharp implements on a plate out the way. You have to. There we go. Let's see how much that is then, collectively. Oh, a little bit more weight there. So probably, I'd say, they're only little baby plums. I've used around 8. And it takes it up now for collectively to 100 grams. All right. How about that little contraction I mentioned, the garlic press? Really good. Just pop it in with its skin and everything there. Really handy. Just get that little thing lined up. And then you can just squeeze it out. Gonna be a mushroom. Like that. Really easy. Just off it comes. I'm sure you probably use these already, but for those of you that haven't, and then you can just get the end of the knife in there to get rid of the... oops, how did you get in there? I don't know. The mushrooms, they want to get in on the act. There we go. Lovely. Get a bit of a workout as well. Oh, it's fabulous. Oh, it smells lovely. Oh, good tip actually. You know, if you get garlic on your fingers, whoops, you can rub it on the enamel taps. Rub your fingers on the enamel taps and it gets rid of the smell. Fabulous. Right, there's our garlic. Just 2 nice big-sized pieces there. The onion, we'll put that in the little mini chop as well. So, again, just part of an onion. That'll be plenty. Get rid of the bits of skin and pith. There we go. I'm just going to chop it into quarters and then pop it into the little chop again. There we go. Super duper. Easier to pop it on before I put the lid on. Oops. There we go. There we are. Pick up a few tips, don't you, as you go along working these little things. Depends again your preference on how you like it. Let's pop that. Just loosen the blade. And again for weight, as you could see, it was only a small amount of the onion really, about 1/3 of a medium-sized onion. And let's just get those loose little critters in there. There we go. And I have I've washed my hands, promise. I'll just get those little bits in there. Okay, so that takes it up to 140 grams. So another thing I'm going to add and prepare a good topping are some walnuts and some cashew nuts. So generally a good guide is 28 to 30 grams. So it just sits in the palm of your hand, heapful there. So I'm going to just blend those so we can sprinkle them. Let's pop that on. Go on. There we go. Lovely. Pop that in there. So nuts, great sense of fun. Give a bit of crispness, but nutrient-wise, lots of copper, magnesium, fibre, good for the heart, omega-3. I could go on. Super. Lovely. You can have it as crunchy as you like. All right, so I need to really get on with that couscous now. So I've just put in 170 ml of hot water, boiling water, and we'll just sprinkle that in. Give it a bit of a stir. Now that can just be puffing up nicely. You can always zap it in the microwave as well if you want to cheat, just for a minute on full power. Okay, lovely. Also, I've ground some black peppercorns. Whoops, there they go. Which I've got some ready already there. And also I'm going to use some dried oregano. You can always use fresh things, chives, coriander, whatever your preference is. Okay, so I've just got the peppers out of the oven. I've added 170 ml to the couscous, which is fluffing up lovely. So I'm just going to prepare by chopping up the halloumi. Now I've chosen the 30% reduced because it is quite a fattening cheese, so use sparingly, but it really adds a lovely flavour to this. So just build that into your allowance. All right, whoops, it just come in liquid, so let's be careful you don't flood the kitchen. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to, you can get this already flavoured as well, but we've just gone for the basic Cyprus halloumi. There we go. So again, I'm not really very good at measuring out. But if you look at the amount, again, we're looking at a pack of cards sort of size. So it's a little generous, but we will be sharing it amongst 3 others, so that's not a problem. Okay, so let's just chop that up into nice little chunks. Okay, super. So all it leaves me to do now is to just pop it all into a bowl. Here we go. So there's what we chopped earlier. Mushroom and tomato. Okay, lovely. We've got the garlic here, if you recall. And now, just a pinch of black pepper. I'm going to use a teaspoon just to show you, because obviously it is quite strong. So I'm just using perhaps a little bit more. There we go, maybe a quarter of a spoon there. Teaspoon. I'm going to again just go for a teaspoon of the dried oregano. There we go. And then add my nice already prepared. You see they've got bits of peppers in there already. It just makes it a little bit quicker if you've not got much time. I know as a fitness trainer often I'm in a bit of a rush, so I think as long as you build these things in, it's always better if you can prepare things yourself from scratch. And it is easy to do with the plain variety. Again, you just add water, fluff it up, but there's a little bit more chopping and measuring. So that's looking lovely. Smells divine. I feel like Nigella. Super lovely. Yum, yum. Really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that in like so. That'll be lovely with the sea bass later, which I'll just lightly fry in some olive oil. There we go. But obviously you can roast it and just use a bit of spray oil or just some seasoning, because they do have oils in them themselves. So remember that oil and spread section is very small. You're only looking at a tablespoon for each portion measure. So I think they're looking really lovely and rustic. And what's ever left over, you can always just roll up into little balls and have couscous balls for some nice lunch. Here we go. Let's take that off. And a nice sprinkling of nuts. You can always add, if you've not used any dairy within it, obviously I've used the halloumi, but you could always sprinkle a bit of Parmesan cheese on the top. That's rather yummy as well. But again, just watch your fat content. Always look at the Eat Well guide. If you click on buttons within their website, it's fantastic. You can click on the links for each food source and it'll give you a good guideline. Let's move all these dangerous things out the way. Okay, I'm just going to pop these in now. Just nice big lumps. There we go. And then use the rest of the nuts to top it up with. There we go, lovely. And then that will melt through all the rest of the ingredients as being at the top rather than just sinking there at the bottom. Let's just top that up again. Lovely. Real wholesome meal there. So they'll only take another 5 or 10 minutes in the oven just to brown off because it's already cooked ingredients. So looking forward to this. Okay, lovely. Let's see if it's ready. Oh, perfect. So there we go, they're perfect. Oh, really yummy. So as I say, I'll probably have them with fish, or you could have them with a nice salad accompaniment as well. I've just got some little baby leaf here, which is really tasty. Got some little baby cucumbers, they're lovely. And you could always, if you prefer to have hot veg with them, you can always buy the ready-made and cooked, prepared stir fries. All right, lovely. Well, that's me sorted. All right, lovely. A bit of halloumi there. Bits of salad. Always better to eat when you're not got a microphone to your mouth. Yummy. And healthy too.